Hey, greetings and salutations. Hey, a couple of days ago in Facebook, I came across a guy that did a video that he was using a chip about the size of a rice kernel that was put into his upper hand. And they showed the insertion technique where they basically opened up the skin a layer and they put in this transmitter, a little bit bigger and about the size of a rice kernel, a little bit longer. And this guy went around and he was like all excited, young guy, guy in his 30s. I'm in my 60-ish years. And there's a quite difference in our ages because of our life experiences. But he had his Android phone or whatever it was with him, and he was really excited about this item because he could go up and swipe it across things he thought, and he could buy things because people now are using their mobile phones or their cell phones in order to purchase items. And people are saying, well, this will eliminate the need for carrying around cash or anything like that. Well, when I was younger, people were still writing checks and things like that. And you had to wait to go to the bank because the hours are different. ATMs didn't really exist. If you wanted to make a phone call, you went to a phone booth because everything was primarily landlines. Back then, police used radios. Now they carry around cell phones. And they still have radios, But here's the deal. Change is something that I, in my older years, am beginning to realize that I'm the same way that my parents were, which is scary. Because when I was younger, guys like the Beatles came out and all these other rock groups and things like that. And Elvis Presley, made a lot of people upset when he was on the Ed Sullivan Show. In black and white TV, and, things were a lot different. But, things were more like we read books. We didn't have this kind of stuff. If you wanted to make a movie, it was like 8mm. You used film, 35mm cameras and things like that. Here we are in this age. This I like. I like the capability of doing this kind of filming with a machine that is big enough to put in my pocket. And it is quite an amazing thing. With change comes things that also there's good and bad. Me, I don't want to get tagged. I don't want to have a chip in my hand. But the next generation, or the generations younger than me, might find that to be something really a good deal. And it may work in society. Hey, people have been tagged their whole lives. If you were a serf living in a country, working with a king or a queen or whatever royalty, you knew your place by the clothes you wore. If you were like in Rome, certain people could only wear certain clothes. And, only certain groups could do certain things in some societies. Same thing was like putting a yellow star on a man's coat or a woman's blouse or her coat when they were out in public in Germany, when a particular National Socialist Party took over. And if you think about it, everybody is getting labeled in life no matter what they do and where they go. I live here in a country called Thailand, and I'm automatically labeled. And most people look at me and they think, he's a rich white boy. You know something? I'm not a rich white boy. A lot of them make more money than I'll ever see. They can own property and do things. I can't. I'm technically just kind of a hanger-on. As long as I can pay my way, they think that's great. But you see, this is the way life works. We're not always on top. We're not always going to win the game that we're in. Some of us are pawns, and some of us Very few of us are really players. We're the ones that are the pawns for the players, that other 1% that everybody complains about. And I see this in Facebook. I see it in YouTube. And I see the politics of what's going on. And you know something? Just think about The Wizard of Oz. And while you're at it, think of a movie called Metropolis, made in 1927 by a German director, writer, producer, or whatever. And it's still available, a silent film. And you know what's really scary about that movie? Is it actually shows nothing different. It's almost, this is where George Orwell probably got his ideas for his book 1984. Remember that Stallone film Judge Dredd, where they drag him out of the ice cube and they tell him that he's got one of those, a tracker in his hand, and he says, "Why didn't you just shove a leash up my ass?" "Hey, caveman, shut the hell up or I'll send you back," the police chief says. We're already tagged. I just don't want to have one put in my hand. But the younger generation may probably think it'll be all right. And long after I'm gone, maybe not too long, maybe there will be a one world currency. Maybe there will be a one world government. You know something? It's going to happen one way or the other. Things will happen. Gene Roddenberry, The Federation, Star Trek. The Earth had a one world government, and an alien ran it. It was an alien. So think about it, you know. Just try to live life the way you want. Try to enjoy it. Try to make it worth what it was. Don't waste your time on worrying about things you can't control. It's just not going to work for you. Now, what I want is just to be able to enjoy my life and pray that the people behind me that come after me can do the same. But think of all the trillions of people that have been on this planet, 4.5 million years. How many of them have died horrible deaths and lived horrible lives? So I consider myself living better than a king in the Dark Ages. Way better. Better than people 100 years ago. Now, not everybody gets on top, but some of us can do pretty well if we try. And I have faith in you. You should have faith in me. We should have faith in each other that we can help each other if we need to. If we let the greed, get rid of the greed, and get rid of the negative things in life. We need to be more positive. We don't need these wars. But they've been going on for millions, thousands of years. Millions, probably. Hey, when the Cro-Magnons came up north and they basically absorbed the Neanderthals, that was a warfare. The other species of mankind disappeared from the earth. They went extinct. Anyway, I hope you don't want to go out now and put a gun in your mouth. It's not the idea. But the idea is to get you thinking about it. You know, probably you're better off than you think. Think of all the things you could have done that could have gone wrong, but you didn't. So you did all right, and we're still doing okay. Have a good one, and remember, as long as you got another day, why not take advantage of it and do the best you can, and have a good life for you. Quit worrying about everybody else. They'll do it anyway. You can't control the world, neither can I. Just have to learn how to live with it. Take care, and may you be blessed.